Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yes, first in the building, Big Blunts Unboxing on deck. What it do, man? Big shout out to Jason is also in the building. Yes, sir. Thinkers Think is in the building. Shout out to the first. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side, 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 A-side official. Ain't no negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Big news. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford is both in training camp as we speak. Once again, I repeat, Errol Spence, I kind of wondered. I spoke on it. I said to myself, well, somebody, had this out, that out. Still no pictures, but confirmation coming from over there to confirm that now both Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is in fight camp. This is awesome news. I can't tell you how overjoyed I am about this information. I'm extremely elated to hear that both fighters are in camp. I am extremely elated to know that September now, it provides ample amount of time for both fighters to get to where they need to be in this fight. And that's what I'm talking about with the 147-pound division. We have a fight. Of course, we can come up with, well, we hope that there is no injuries and stuff like that. Listen to me, people. They are both in fight camp. This is a go. This is official. You know what I'm saying? Both of these fighters are in camp. It's great to hear. Real talk. Don Vaughn in the building. Salute WCS in the chat. Yes, sir. We on deck with another one. They're in camp for Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence 2. You know what I'm saying? And it's solid news because this fight right here, can I say it's the most anticipated out of the two? No. I can't say it's much anticipated, but there are some out there anticipating it for all the wrong reasons. They're just trying to figure out which fight are they going to get. You know what I'm saying? They already know which Crawford they're going to get, but they're trying to figure out what exactly are we going to see with his adversary, Errol Spence Jr. But I'm here to bring you the good news, though. World Combat Sports is back on deck. You know what I'm saying? With another one. And let me change that. Let me change that right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me change that color. Let's put some vibrant colors up there. Let's put that green up there. You know why? Because it's go time, baby. It's go time. Both of these cats are in training camp, man, getting ready for the rematch in December. It's confirmed. I'm glad to know that this is confirmed. The real Errol Spence is in training camp. Once again, I repeat, the real R-E-L. Let me see. R is E and the A is two vowels, a syllable. Let me try that again. R-E-E. No, that's if you're spinning. That's if you're talking about tape, something that's on an actual component that you can look at and put on a machine. Let me see. The real. Okay. R-E-A-L. I think that's how you spell it. The real Errol Spence, because what seems and look like it's supposed to, not always what it's supposed to be. That's what we've run into with the real and the fake and the clone and all that. So this time around, I got confirmation that the real Errol Spence is absolutely in training as we speak. The weight is not going to be an issue this time. No, the weight is not going to be an issue. And I know a lot of you are always hanging on Crawford's every word about him saying he was 180 pounds. And that's not the case. But that's good to know that you feel that he is important enough that you can believe what he's saying now. Because a lot of people never believed a lot of what Crawford was talking about. And then he go in the ring and then he got to make them believe the hard way. But God damn it, the real EJ is on deck, man. He's not just waiting and procrastinating getting the fight camp. He is in camp as we speak. The fight is popping off in December, y'all. The fight is popping off in December. I love it. I love it because we don't have to sit up here and wonder if the real EJ is going to stand up. You know what I'm saying? I tried to inbox M and I say, M, is the real EJ standing up? Is the real EJ showing up? Is the real EJ, is it possible you're going to walk Terrence Crawford out to the ring and say, will the real EJ please stand up? Please stand up. Will the real EJ please stand up? You know what I'm saying? Maybe M will walk him out again. Walk Terrence Crawford out again and remix the song. With a real Errol Spence, please stand up. Please stand up. Because that's what we want to know. But man, if a Saturday couldn't get any better and brighter, both fighters are in. We already know from the pictures that I put up yesterday, right? That Terrence Crawford already, some of you may know him as Bud, but he had put out these pictures and he is indeed showing that he is in shape. Always ahead of the clock, always. Time don't halt for anyone, but he's always ahead of the clock, on the clock, and you know, he know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? He has time today, yesterday, tomorrow, and stuff like that. Errol, all I was waiting on is to know if the real Errol Spence was going to show up to the freaking fight this time, as far as training. And from what I was told, is that the real EJ is absolutely on deck. You know what I'm saying? Getting into fight camp. Won't be no problem with no weight this time. And you know, there's many areas that I'm looking forward to see, right? We already know free Bomac, hashtag free Bomac, right? But Bomac more than likely may not. I don't know. He goes to court October 9th over there across the pond. So I'm not sure if he's going to be back on deck or not. But I'm fully confident that Team Crawford will be able to go in there just the same and get this win. I'm not worried about it, but hopefully Bomac is there to go back into the battlefield and stump on Derrick James once again. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be there. So listen, the Crawford supporters are not going to use any excuses such as, you know, heading over to this fight. Oh, we don't have Bomac. We're lost. It's pointless for Crawford to take the fight. No, we're not going to do that, because he has a TEAM, and that team can properly get Crawford prepared for this fight. He has a team that has been working as such for quite some time. That's the beautiful part about it. As for over there in Texas, they have a team too. Okay, I'm not gonna sit up here and be sarcastic about it. They have a team too. The first time their team went up against Bomac and his staff, they was crushed. You know what I'm saying? They was crushed. Real talk. I'm talking about heavy equipment operator. I'm talking about one of the most heaviest equipments, and then that shit running over a skittle. They was crushed in that fashion. Real talk. It just was too much. Every time I think about it, I get a little queasy. I'm trying to, you know, keep my health good and everything. I get a little queasy thinking about that fight, but I had to ask myself, like, first and foremost, when I was receiving this information, was it the real Errol Spence? And yes, the real Errol Spence, who fought the first fight, is back in training camp for another one. You know what I'm saying? I did reach out to Area 58. They told me that they don't have anybody under that name. I said, well, what about an alias? Okay. What about a guy who looked like this? I put his picture up there and I made a mistake. I said, hey, this is a little bit altered. This is, what he would look like if he was to step in the ring. It was a picture post fight. They said, we definitely don't know who that is. So I showed them a picture of the way he looked before the fight. He said, oh, I know that guy. No, he's not here though. But hey, did he win? I say, hold on for a second. Let me show you the second picture. Oh, okay. All right, right. My bad for asking a dumb question. All right, cool. I just wanted to know that he wasn't here, and he was actually the one that's in training camp. Yeah, it's nobody here by that name or that face. All right, cool. So Errol Spence is absolutely on deck. I love it, man. 28-1, going in there against a 40-0 active reigning defending welterweight undisputed champion. We have a fight, man. Yes. I want to say it. I want to say it on this Saturday. No more excuses, man. Y'all need to get behind this, man. Y'all need to find a way to take a bus. I don't care what type of bus it is, a short bus, long bus, you know what I'm saying? Whatever is comfortable with you. Okay. Make sure you bring your helmets too. I know some of you all, it gives you flashbacks and you might start taking out some windows. Make sure you got them, put your helmet on. All right. But I would suggest you all go out there, make a phone call first and let Diddy James know that the Sprinter van is pulling up and they want to do some coverage. You know what I'm saying? In the meanwhile, y'all need to check with IOTBA over there in Texas, check in. You know what I'm saying? And he can give you the heads up on what turbulence that you may experience once you make it to the front door or the parking lot of the world-class furniture store. Okay. Yes. I will behoove you to basically get that information prior to. All right. But what I'm suggesting for you all heading to this rematch to calm your nerves, goddammit, because y'all been sitting up here crying too fucking much. Go over there and ask, can you do media on this fight, man? Since fight camp is in full blast right now. One part of this I don't like about Spence, though. He lied. Spence said he was going to disappear. He didn't disappear. You know what I'm saying? He's not disappearing. He didn't fire Diddy James. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. I suggested for him to get rid of Diddy James and get a second set of eyes. Some people are not comfortable with bringing new people in. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But what me and my colleagues were discussing is that some of us have had a heavy heart leading up to this fight. So we've been trying to find out ways and alternatives to get the aerosexuals to come together as a collective group and be able to help them gain access over there. You know what I'm saying? To really get more word out about Errol Spence to the general public. I'm really concerned about that. I'm going to do anything and everything in my power to try to figure out a way for them to get over there. You know what I'm saying? And speak on him, because when I go on YouTube every day and people who are not fans of a fighter constantly talk about a fighter, I find that to be, a state of depression. I find it to be psychological fragmentation. You know what I'm saying? Phase 17 of delusional. You know what I'm saying? Delirium and destruction. I want them to have a clear mind and a light heart to know that the real Errol Spence is going in there once again to fight Terrence Crawford, and there's no excuses they can use. We've heard a lot. We haven't heard everything, but we heard a lot. And it's ranging. Look, these excuses are ranging into the hundreds. None of them have had any influence on changing the outcome of the first fight, which we all know. If I didn't Matter of fact, let me show you something. Okay, let me help you out because I'm all about giving back to the community. All right. So let me show you something right quick. And don't get all riled up and everything. I come in peace today. For real. I do. I come in peace. You know what I'm saying? Come in peace. Let me show you something. All right. And this is not the first time I put it out. I will say it again. Okay. Just for instructional purposes only. I'm getting back into my officer days in the military when I was briefing a room full of my colleagues and comrades on a operation that was pending. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at this right here, why I share screen, okay? Let me take down this Crawford. Okay. So if you look at this, like I said before, September 28th is when Errol Spence comes off. His suspension expires. All right. Now I'm going to show you something that you may or may not have seen prior to. Okay. All right. Pay close attention. This section right here, the green section, is Errol Spence's wins throughout his professional career. That never goes away. That's never reduced. It's never revised. It is what it is. It remains the same all the time. Okay. Unless the numbers will go up. It never will go down. It would never reduce itself. Okay. It would never change and reduce itself. That green side right there will continue to go up. All right. That means there will be a fluctuation or an increase in numbers. And this basically signifies the fighter's wins in their professional career. All right. Beneath this is the amount of knockouts, right? The amount of KOs that particular fighter has been able to occur over their professional career, which for Errol Spence is 22 knockouts. That's respectable. Over to the right is where it gets a little different with my reporting. I am making you all aware once again, Errol section, because it's my duty to do so, is that at that time, okay, if I go down here, when he faced this guy right here, Terrence Bud Crawford, on July 29th, the infamous date of the T-Mobile massacre, okay? We already know that this is red, so let's go back up here. That is red. And let's check out the red square. The red square. You know what I'm saying? You know, the ring is the center square. You know what I'm saying? The red square signifies the losses that this professional fighter has been a part of or endured in his professional career. At this point in time, Spence has just a single loss. All right. And a lot of people look at the number one and it's not that much, but one can be very, very lethal, especially in this case, because before this one, because the numbers are going up from here, it's going up. They're continuing to advance. Okay. These numbers are advancing. This used to be a zero. Even when it was a zero, it was still a red square. You know what I'm saying? This was a red square. The color is still going to remain the same. It just doesn't get a little bit more. People don't start to pay attention to it until the numbers start to increase. And that's what happened with Spence on July 29th. His number changed the value from a 0 to a 1. So the value of 0 changed to 1 at the hands of his last opponent, Terrence Bud Crawford. So Terrence actually won the fight via stoppage. So with that said, the red square depicts a 1 on Errol Spence's record. So if you look at it from the left to right, it's 28 victories, 1 defeat. Okay. I just thought, people was just flooding my inbox and say, please, WCS, do a breakdown of something that we don't know. Okay. Being that both fighters are in camp right now. in two different locations. We got the fight that we wanted at the weight we wanted. Everybody on Team Crawford side is happy. Okay, so the red square depicts a 1, and then beneath that, it further informs the reader as to how that 1 happened. Okay, there's a separation of description. The description signifies that Errol Spence have indeed lost 1 professional fight up to this point out of 29 bouts. Now, they don't really mess around with the bottom half. That number really doesn't change its value from 0 to 1 until you actually get a technical knockout or a knockout. Both of them are somewhat the same. Nouns, adjective. I went through this before. Okay. So, being that Terrence Crawford pretty much disseminated, delegated his boxing curriculum, he was able to stop Errol Spence in 9 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I would say 8 rounds of pure boxing skills, which he was able to put on display, pure boxing skills, which he was able to stop Errol Spence, which that is the 1 that you see beneath the 1. The 1 up top says that's how many fights he's lost in his career. The 1 below signifies, yes, it was via stoppage. Now, me, at some point in time, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going to prognosticate and alter that number 1 in the red zone to a 2 prior to December. Why? Because I'm thinking with all the confidence in the world that the rematch is going to be somewhat the same. I don't have to predict the round when I'm talking about BoxRec, but I do believe within my heart of hearts that 1 will be a 2. And just below that, where it depicts the amount of, KOs, I'm going to change that also to a 2. It's called being proactive to me. Some of you might call it being facetious, but I'm just being proactive. I thrive to be different than most. You feel me? That's what I strive to be. I want to say I inspire to be better, but I don't inspire to be that. So me coming on here letting you all know. Hold on for a second. Me letting you all see this is just simply me being a given person. Errol Spence is still 5'9.5", 72-inch reach. And, from a global perspective, he's ranked number 2. From a U.S. perspective, he's ranked number 2. Now, I'm going to tell you something else you may not know. All right? Because this is all about giving. The Saturday of giving. Let me go over here to this guy right here. This guy right here is a huge piece of the puzzle, because if you check out this, he is the number 1 globally, the number 1 in the US of A. I've just put the second part to the puzzle, which really is the first part, but I did it after the second part because it was better to start from that right side and work my way to the left side. The reason being is a lot of people may have dropped off if I would have started with Terrence Crawford, okay? Because it has to be some type of virus that has been plaguing some of these individuals that's in support of his opponent. But he is the one who was the arbiter. Yes, he was the one who changed that 0 to a 1. Yes, he's guilty. I'm not dry snitching. I'm just saying Terrence Crawford is guilty. He is. He's very, very guilty. If there's any dry snitching I'm doing, I'm snitching today. I'm telling you that Terrence Crawford is absolutely guilty of basically changing the numeric depiction on the right side of Errol Spence's red square from a 0 to a 1. Okay. Now, Now, I know a lot of you are pissed the fuck off right now. I get it. But hear me out. Hear me out. I'm still on topic. Okay. So what we have here is you all are irate right now. I know the ones that are tuned in and listening, you're irate. But listen to me. This may help you out a bit. Bud Crawford and Errol Spence both signed the contract. So contractually, him basically committing what some consider a criminal act wasn't so criminal after all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the aftermath of them running through the streets and just stealing people's wallets and purses, you know what I'm saying? And really just acting like a bunch of hoodlums. A bunch of hoodlums, I swear to God, thuggish. They felt like it was unfair based off what they witnessed inside the ropes. And I told them, I said, contractually, this is a boxing match, and Terrence Crawford did what he was supposed to do. No, man, I ain't never seen that, man. You ain't gonna prove that to me. You ain't gonna prove that. This was a conversation that I was having with the black man. You can tell by my change of tone that he was black. Man, you ain't gonna goddamn prove that shit to me, nigga. Goddamn, man. You know, man, I ain't never seen him beat up nobody like that in the second round, man. And the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh, and the eighth, and man, the ninth round, man. Come on, man. Goddamn Harvey Dog, man. He could have let that man fight. And I had to. I had to get in my Brian Gumble character, for real. I say, sir, if you can do me a favor, can you step over here, please? Get out the street. Come on. Enough of you all have been ran over already. Get out the street. Now, let me ask you this. How long have you been watching the sport of boxing? And as I guessed, he was a casual. And it hasn't been that long of a time for him to really understand what was playing out. I say, so how long have you been basically following either fighter, Crawford or Spence? And once again, I'm basically imitating the black guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not no way, shape, or form being prejudiced or discriminating against them. Okay? All right. He's like, man, he ain't goddamn, man, I've been goddamn following Arrow forever in the day, man. And Arrow, the way he punches in that motherfucker, dog, dude got too much power. That jab is just unbelievable. Goddamn, he should have been there at the Hall of Fame ceremony. They should have casted his hands, first of all. That nigga right there, goddamn. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nobody whoop Arrow ass like that. That just was just too much, man. And then I'm gonna try my best when I get back to the rear. I'm a goddamn, we're gonna start a campaign on his ass because, man, he's a cheater. He's a cheater because nobody ever did that to our boy Arrow. I've been following him since he was goddamn, headed to the Olympics. I'll say, okay, makes sense. All right. You have history. I love it. I love it. But check this out, though. I want to brief you that do you look at this called BoxRec? Do you look at that? Do you take a picture of that? He told me he did. So I said, listen, I'm going to tell you ahead of time that once you look at it, probably tomorrow, which will be the 30th, you're going to see some changes. Okay? Sir, stay with me. Come on. Don't get distracted by what's going on in the street. Chill. Jesus Christ. Hey, do you want me to take you over there and get a bag lunch, man? We made some bag lunches at the Triage Center. Got some bologna sandwiches, Capri Suns, and an apple slice in there. Do you want one? Okay. If you look on BoxRec tomorrow, Errol Spence's his recorded register as far as his professional fights is going to look different. Okay. It's going to be some type of damn number change on the right side, which is called the red square. It used to be a 0, which depicts he was undefeated. He's no longer undefeated because you just witnessed that. That's what you're mad about, right? Yeah, man, get to the fucking point. All right. Okay. All right. Damn, you're testing MFer. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. It's a rematch clause. For real? Yes, it's a rematch. That's what I was trying to get to. I was doing it slowly because you're powered up. You know what I'm saying? You're full of energy. You know what I'm saying? You want to take it out. You want to vent, but I'm telling you, first of all, the record is going to look different for your fighter. He's no longer undefeated. The good news is that contractually they will somehow, some way meet up the line, right? We don't know what that day is going to be at. We don't know what that date is at the point in time. But all I'm doing is letting you know is that you may feel a certain way right now, okay, sir? But you have hope. Hope is that the rematch, that Errol can go back in there, return back to the square with the same opposition, having faced him the first time, dissect and extract all the flaws that Terrence Crawford showed in that fight, and just come back with a more solid educational game plan. Do you agree with me, sir? Oh yeah, like that, yeah, man. I'm gonna goddamn go up there too, man. I'm gonna show him mad love, and that's what I'm talking about. I want you to get with the rest of the strays. I mean, aerosexual. I mean, pro Spence fans. All right, I want you all to get together, and I want you to come up with a a logistical game plan on how you choose to basically put this information out to the public. You understand me? It's imperative. It is absolutely imperative that you all basically switch it up from the first fight. Because from what I'm seeing out here, you all are looking a damn fool. I cannot go out here and help each one of you, but sir, you was the chosen one. Okay? I saved your life tonight. You know that milk truck that was driving down the street? That milk truck would have ran your ass clean smack over. But I told you to come over here and talk. I know you was upset. Now listen to me. I'm gonna tell you some other shit too. He's gonna be facing the same guy who you just witnessed whoop his ass in the first fight. Man, you don't have to use all that language, dog. The fuck, dog? The fuck? Goddamn, what the fuck? Nigga, you tested me, nigga. You tested me. Listen, sir. I don't know how you was raised. Okay, I don't know how you people was raised. Okay. but listen to me. I'm just letting you know that he's facing the same opponent in the rematch. And the outcome may be much more severe. You saw how I carried that out for you? Severe than the first fight. Do you agree? I know that you're aerosexual. I mean, a pro Spence fan. But do you think the fight is going to be that easy for Spence to come back with a solid game plan based off what you witnessed? What row you was sitting in, first of all? What row? Oh, so you was close. You was close. You must have got that donaire hookup. Oh shit, you got a comp ticket? Oh man, how did that feel? I mean, were you close enough to feel when Crawford was landing those counter shots, that the sweat, were you able to feel that drop on your face and feel like you was really a part of history? Did you take a little tissue and wipe that off and keep it in your pocket and someday have Crawford sign that, autograph it? Did you? Okay, check this out though. I'm glad you was able to get close to that. What I want you to understand is that you have an opportunity to return back here and see it again. But this time you come in with the faith and the confidence, knowing that they have had a second fight camp to better prepare themselves. The reason why I'm telling you this, because I know you're the smarter one out the group. Okay, even though you told me you didn't graduate high school, I think you're still the smarter one out the group. You're way ahead of the rest of them. But check this out, sir. Don't get offended. Check this out. Hold up. Sir, unclench your fist. It's not like that. Unclench your fist, bro. Relax. Okay. This is what I want you to understand. That if you're able to return back to the second fight, right? I might suggest to you, right, that you don't sit so close to the ring this time. Sit further up in, you know what I'm saying, like row 55 or something like that. Okay. Look, calm down. This is why I'm telling you this, because I know you're basing everything off Diddy James coming back in the rematch with Jamel Charlo, and Jamel's looking way better than he did the first fight. I get it. Okay. I truly get it. But this is what I need for you to understand. This is Errol Spence's first time taking a loss, right? So, Jamel Charlo was never in the ring with someone per se of a Terrence Crawford. All right, even though Tony Harris, I give him mad respect for that fight, it wasn't Terrence Crawford. So the reason why I'm suggesting you sit on row 55, 60, 70, damn near if you can sit on the roof, I would suggest it and recommend it. Because this second fight, from what I've been told, from sources that's over there in the Nebraska area, is that some people that's associated with you, sir. Who name you talking about, nigga? Get to the point. I say, bro, listen. I've been asking you nicely. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. Some individuals that was associated with you, right? I'm going to just refer to them as, do you mind? Have you ever heard this, the Snotty Boys? Have you heard of that yet? Okay. If you haven't, okay. It's a light name. You know what I'm saying? It has no harm intended or whatever. But I've heard that the Snotty Boys, right, was saying some very harmful, nasty, vile type of freaking defamatory remarks about the champion himself, Terrence Crawford, right? And you can see that Terrence Crawford has been listening because he pretty much lightly responded on Twitter. But this is what I want you to do. This is your task. I want you to go back when you get home, and I want you to explain that it needs to stop. The reason why I'm saying, I know they're going to tell you they have the freedom of speech, but this is the reason why it needs to stop. Because what you witnessed as close as you did last time, and the residual neurological effect that you're experiencing based off you being a aerosexual, I'm telling you that Crawford may go in there with much more built up animosity, vigor, you know what I'm saying? Violence the second time around. And I know for a fact a lot of them that was there the first time have not quite recovered yet mentally. I'm asking you, sir, to return back to the rear and politely ask them to shut the fuck up. Okay? In that same tone. Brian, I did not know you had a sly tongue like that. See, now you're talking like me. Chill, okay? Just stick to you. Don't try to be like me. But we don't need no other members over here. But check this out, sir. I need for you to tell them to silence their mouthpiece, because it's only gonna piss off Bud Crawford that even more and more as you get closer and closer to the fight, right? What I'm trying to do is save lives. You all are not smart enough to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to send you, because you're the chosen one. You're the leader. I want you to go back and pass this message that the fight is going to be in December. Both fighters are in fight camp. And if they choosing to take another bus ride up here, you know what I'm saying? Not to sit so close to the square, because they have continued to say some very vile insults, right? And you can guarantee that he knows about those insults. And just because they're not, using the slave term and all that slave shit, because they got scared, because he beat Errol like he was a slave, right? Now they're talking about him, cheating, cutting corners, having loaded gloves and stuff like that. And he's heard this shit. But what I want you to do is just go and let them know ahead of time that if they don't shut the fuck up, they may never get over their PTSD. If they don't stop making up lies about this man, they may never get over their PTSD. They're young. They're young in life. I want them to be able to go out and do what they used to do. Drive from point A to B back to A. You know what I'm saying? Go into a store and remember what they went to the store for. You know what I'm saying? Understand that if the light is red, no matter how they don't like it, don't speed through the intersection because you might end up in somebody's windshield. I am here to help. That's all I can say. You understand me, sir? All right. I'm not gonna hold you too long. Okay. I wish you nothing but the best. But I hope that you take my words as wisdom, because with a heavy heart, I may not ever see you again in my life. But if you choose to return back from whence this crime occurred, you too may lose your life, because you all may not be able to handle the trauma that Crawford is going to inflict on Spence. And then you all being so close, you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel that trauma too. So just like the first fight, there was hundreds of aerosexuals that basically experienced CTE, which turned into residual neurological damage. You know what I'm saying? So I want to let you know again, they're both in fight camp. The fight is actually taking place. And I just want you all to be a little bit more sane, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So many people are calling me up saying, dude, I think we can help them out, but we're going to need some doctors. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need some medication. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need some facilities. We're going to need some individuals that can basically house these patients in a freaking cardboard shelter. Yes. I think we can get that built up in enough time. And then, do it near a tree line so they can just go out in tree line and use the bathroom they have to and wash up and everything, and then come back to the shelter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's where we at with it. Let me get back to the chat, because I know that the chat has questions. And shout out to the chat once again, because I had to basically go through this with Terrence Boyd Crawford and Errol Spence, because I want people to understand that for Terrence Crawford's resume, it's 40 victories, 0 defeats. In his red square, his value is 0 because he's still undefeated. And at 31, yes, it was 30 last time. Y'all are so smart. You caught that. You caught the change. His knockouts is 31 now, outside of 30. You understand me? Y'all are smart. Y'all caught that. And also, in the green square, it used to be 39-0. Now it's 40-0. I'm telling you. And also, let's go back down here. We have to see it. The fighter that he fought last, you can see for yourself, right? That record was 28-0, but now it sits at 28-1. Okay. And before you get up out of here, hold up. It was for all the titles. You know what I'm saying? It was for the WBC, WBA, IBF, and the WBO welterweight world championship. Hold up. Be patient. I got one more for you now. Now, this is extremely something you should underscore and put in your notes. All right? Because no one's going to break it down as detailed as I am, you know what I'm saying, and giving you off the top freestyle. You know what I'm saying? This not going to happen. They may try, but they can't. I want to basically brief you on this one line right here and how significant of a role it played in single-handedly breaking down and disbanding what we know as to be the aerosexuals. I hear the aerosexuals all the time, and I heard one the other night talking about Gamboa and Mean Machine, right? But let's talk about new, updated, current information. This blue highlighted line. Okay. It says Spence down once in round two, twice in round seven. And then if you scurry up to the where you see that that green square under result, it has a W tac TKO. Okay. In military terms, that's whiskey, which stands for win, tac, tango, kilo, Oscar. That means a technical knockout. Now, I'm gonna explain to you how that happened. Harvey Dock in the ninth round, he had concerns from the second round in seeing Errol Spence take the punishment, and throughout rounds 3 all the way up to 8, there was still growing concerns due to the uneasiness of Terrence Crawford glove landing on the cheekbones. It don't matter what side, it was both cheekbones, jawbone, lips, eyebrow. He saw that Terrence Crawford was inflicting damage on his opponent, which was legal. And he witnessed the face becoming discolored in nature. Um, a red color, crimson, right? His face became a crimson mask. So Harvey Dock heading into the ninth round, he was keeping a close eye, you know what I'm saying, zoomed in. But Crawford, the opponent, came out in a barrage of brutish punches. I'm talking about vicious, very, very vicious. I mean, just the tyranny of it all was just extremely hard to watch, to be honest. But he went out there and started to push Errol Spence back against the ropes with the tip of his gloves that was basically enforced by the velocity of his punches. Now, check this out. Let's keep it on topic. At this time, Harvey Dock, the referee, really made a thorough, conscious decision to stop the fight, because we have had fighters that face serious injuries. Real talk, on all seriousness, and I do appreciate Harvey Dopp stepping in there and giving Errol Spence the embrace that brings on the conclusion. You know what I'm saying? That embrace that the referee hugs a fighter is not to congratulate them on a victory. It's to congratulate them on, I just saved your life. Thank me later. You feel me? So I congratulate Harvey Dock on just basically being a outstanding third man in the ring and being able to stop Spence from taking any more punishment. Listen. I said this before the fight. I said I pretty much assumed that it's going to be a TKO so they can fight again another day instead of him getting flatlined. Because to be honest with you, if Crawford wouldn't have had Harvey Dock, all right, there to assist with stopping and halting the bout, he could have very well inflicted some serious damage. But the fight was stopped via TKO. Now, the good part about it is that we both know that both fighters are now currently training for the fight in December. Yes, they're training for the fight in December. I love it. But that doesn't change what happened July 29th. And that is Terrence Crawford earned another victory. He is the current reigning undisputed. And I must put this disclosure out there. All right. Let me put this disclosure out there since we head into the rematch, since it's now pretty much official until they announce the date. Check this out. It's about time y'all put respect on Crawford's name, because I see it like this. Crawford has always did all the heavy lifting. 10 straight knockouts to lift his hands up and place them on the cranial area of his adversary and break them down, and place his hands to the body and break them down, and ultimately get the result that he want. That was some heavy lifting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And no doubt about it, that was heavy lifting. And also, you put some respect on the man's name, Because do you know how much strength it took to go in there and put on a display the way he did July 29th and to carry all of those titles out the ring? Do you know how heavy that is? I've heard people talk about Errol Spence did all the heavy lifting, right? But he never carried all 4 belts out the ring. Never. Never. I'm just saying, I think about this often and I say, yeah, I've seen him lift a deadlift 400 plus pounds. You know, I mean, that's impressive. But let's be honest with ourselves. This man carried all 4 of the welterweight titles without a spot. Without a spot, y'all. Nobody had to spot him. Not M, not Red Spike, not Esau, not Bomac. Nobody. This man goddamn was up there talking to Jim Gray with all them belts hanging off his freaking shoulders. Do you know how much pressure that was on his spinal, on his back? That shit was hella pressure, bro. And then to even talk and give a post-fight. Come on, bro. Oh my God, man. Out of this whole entire lead up, they leave Crawford with everything. They just leave him to pick up everything. I mean, that's fucked up. They talk about bum ass friends doing that in restaurants. How you take them out, and then all of a sudden, when it comes time to pay the tab, they go into the car. So I'll be out here. I got a phone call. I feel that that's the way they did Crawford. For him to be left with all these belts, do a post-fight interview with Jim Gray, and then leave the ring, walk down about 3 steps into the locker room, which is about, let's say about 600, 700 feet, so to speak. I don't know. But anyway, it must have been tough on him because the movement I seen and the aggressive nature for which he was throwing these punches, that had to be exhausting at the end of the day. And then for him to lift, you know what I'm saying, just grab hold of a belt on his left hand, right hand, and place them on his shoulder over his chest plate, and like there was body armor, and then grab the other 2 belts. Whew. That's some heavy lifting right there. And look, I'm glad to know that he didn't get injured from that shit. Seriously, y'all. I know y'all feel it too. I know some of you all are shedding tears right now, but listen, he did not get injured. That is a lot of heavy lifting for the welterweight division. That is a lot. And look, I don't even think, truth be told, I don't even think his back recovered from when he was lifting, doing all the heavy lifting at 140. I don't think his back ever recovered from that, but I didn't see too many signs, when he stepped in there July 29th. I didn't see too many signs, when he did the post-fight interview holding all those belts, the entire straps, from all sanctioning bodies. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Put some respect on that man's name. He did all the heavy lifting. You know what I'm saying? He did all the heavy lifting. I mean, what it takes to knock down all those opponents. Knock them down. You stand them up, he knock them down. All the way up to that infamous night to go in there and get another stoppage and do all that heavy lifting with those titles. Carry him all the way back. Look, I'm just tired thinking about it. All the way back to the locker room. All the way back. His calves must have been burning. His quads must have been on fire. While Spence was just, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think somebody told me Spence was jogging back to that motherfucker. Because his shit was light. He didn't have nothing to worry about. I hope all of you understand where I'm at with this. I hope you didn't take it personal. But I do a lot of things behind the scene when it comes to this boxing. And I've made it my I'm telling you, this touches me. You know what I'm saying? I made it my responsibility, even though I have grave concerns about those aerosexuals. I made it my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? And though a lot of them cannot comprehend anything that I may be trying to tell them in good faith, if they don't want to listen, then there's nothing I can do. Please take another trip to Vegas in December, get slapped around again, you know what I'm saying, by Crawford's punches. And then I'm going to promise you, I'm going to be there with the triage and we're going to have our bag lunches and we're going to treat you with the same respect we did the first time. Okay. All right. That's all I can say. So hopefully I bridge the gap a little bit with communication between us. Know that WCS is here to lend a hand, you know what I'm saying? To lend counseling, you know what I'm saying, to build up more of a unity between the Crawford supporters and the aerosexuals. And understand one thing, there's certain people out there that feels like we're adding sexual on to Arrow's name as some type of intimacy. That's not it. That's not it. We look at it like over infatuation of fan base. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be explained to the feeble-minded, because they will sit up here and try to cry victim because their fighter did not pick up the win. So they're trying their best to single out Bud Crawford supporters. And I'm telling you, that's not going to happen. I'm here to lend a hand. I'm here to basically help anyone over there in the aerosexual community to basically prepare yourself for this rematch. You have all the time in the world. I love it. You have all the time in the world. You do. And I'm going to walk with you every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? Every step of the way. I mean, I'm talking about when the fight week is finally on deck, it's gonna be like old times. Y'all remember when Crawford came in there and did the open workout? He gave you a full workout. He warmed up. He was jump roping. You know, he already had his 8-pack showing. He was in the gym. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and worked the mitts with his team members, got out, hit the bag. He gave you a full-blown professional, high-level, elite open workout. And then, of course, we witnessed near tragic, okay, being how much money the promotion put into this. We seen Spence come in there. I didn't see too much sweat, you know what I'm saying, at all, like he had warmed up. But he did somehow get the going. And then we saw the lead dancer in his team coming there, just swinging the mitts all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Dancing, doing some moves we ain't never seen him do. I know they didn't practice shit in the gym because Errol Spence seemed a bit confused. So much to the confusion is that this lead dancer was all over the place, man, popping and locking with the mitts to the point where he purposely slapped his fighter on the right side of their orbital. Now, I don't know where the confusion was. I don't know if drugs was involved. Only thing I'm saying is he slapped the shit out of his fighter that has a fight on the July 29th, and his mouthpiece has an eye on it. It confused me a bit because I didn't really know, was he trying to collect his own eye? Was his trainer the eye collector, or was Spence the eye collector? Because he had a mouthpiece with an eye on it, and I see him slap the shit out of his fighter. It's like, damn, what is he trying to do? He's trying to fuck the man eye up or what? I didn't know. All I seen was he up there dancing and doing some Wing Chong shit and with mitts on, and he slapped his fighter in the freaking right side of his face. His fighter turns around, who was Errol Spence, and walks away to the neutral corner. And see, that's another area that me and the supporters have spoken on. We want to kind of clean that up this time so both fighters can be on par with one another. You know what I'm saying? So they can be uniform. If Crawford come in there and give a full workout, we hope that Spence come in there and get a full workout. And also this time around, we don't have to worry about Spence, running Mount Charleston on day of fight week. You feel me? So I feel very relieved. I'm not gonna lie. On this Saturday, I know it's a lot going on today, football, fights, but I'm gonna be clear, listeners. And please hit the like button. I've been absolutely, especially in this live stream, I've been as transparent as possible as a Crawford supporter and showing my genuine support to clean up the community of the aerosexuals, help them out, provide them with resources. You know what I'm saying? Guide them in a different direction of understanding, because I don't want any of these guys to end up in the court system. You know what I'm saying? As a defendant, you know what I'm saying? Just because they choose to continue to lay out a smear campaign, I don't want them to be the defendants. So I find myself as somewhat of the Black Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help the people, even though I know the people are not trying to help me per se over there in that community. So if you can bear with me, all right, bear with me. Once again, as I tell the aerosexuals, this aerosexual does not mean some man on man. A woman has been known to assume that slot and position too. Women, okay, not just one women who have chosen to become that too. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and listening to what I had to say. Let me take this share down. I just wanted to provide that information to you all, astute, intelligent individuals. I know there is a live stream that's going to be going up too, about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford coming back in fight camp. I know that it should be All Access and Showtime should be on the road, entering the camps of these fighters to basically get it going for the rematch. What I will ask of the aerosexuals, though, I'm being absolutely transparent and honest, and I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place with y'all, knowing the rematch and both fighters are in fight camp, because I wouldn't want to go in here and do a live and not know if Errol Spence was in fight camp yet. But now I know. I'm like, oh my God. Oh man. I really want to go grab some barefoot wine and just turn my camera on and just, let the people know that it's a Chauveau over here in the South, and just really guzzle it down and get a nice little buzz going. But anyway, I want to let you all know that both fighters are in camp. This means the weight should be right on par. I like it. I love it. I love it. And furthermore, is that both camps have ample amount of time to basically smooth out any areas of concern that they saw in the first fight, and then also insert their own offensive wrinkles that they feel that can basically turn the tide or disrupt the rhythm, or just put them in the position to put away some rounds and make this fight more competitive than the first fight. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what we're dealing with. That's essentially what we're dealing with. But like we said before, free Bo Mac. You know what I'm saying? Free Bo Mac. Definitely. I hope he's able to make it home. Even if they ban him for not going over there, at least he'll be back home. I hope he gets the outlet of going home. And for those of you that are on social media, what I would say to the hottest chat in the MFing game is to continue to educate. Okay? Educate the ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Educate. I know it's a waste of your livelihood, but believe me, God give blessings to those who bless others. You know what I'm saying? And what we're doing as a whole is blessing them with our knowledge. So what you can do, please, could you Continue to be patient with them. You know what I'm saying? Continue to communicate with the less fortunate. Just let them know that we're giving people. We're all about changing what evildoers are continuing to basically display out here in the YTC. We're out here to basically change the hearts of the mischievous. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for at the end of the day. It's going to take a process because they keep running away, scurrying in the manholes, in the street late at night. But we're here to help you all get through this. And I know a lot of your weekend is ruined now. Errol Spence is back in training camp. Now the fear only increases. The anxiety overflows. Listen to me. Do not grab cheap wine from the community local gas station, because if you believe it's going to mask your pain, knowing that Spence is headed back in there for it's not going to work. It's only going to get worse. But I can't stop you. I can't stop you. If you choose to buy 10 bottles for $2.75 and take them all to the head that night, I can't stop you. I'm only here to be transparent, loving, kind, and really be sincere as a content creator or a voice in the YTC. And this right here is just basically struck me as a cause. I felt myself, I'm like, I need to be a part of this cause. No one else is trying to help out the aerosexuals, but I am, and the chat. You know what I'm saying? We're up here trying to be patient and educate these fools, excuse my language, to what's about to come. Okay? I know you see the cloud above. I know you see it in the distance, aerosexuals, but an umbrella is not going to work for you. You feel me? It's not going to work. It takes more than an umbrella for what's going to become raining down in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? As much as I try to keep it positive, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to get to the chat. Cooking will start seeing you on deck. Anna on deck. What's good with it? Jessica on deck. Salute. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and Morris on deck. What's good with it? Shout out to Tony, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. What's good with it, Tony? Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop in to show support and hit the like button. No doubt, man. Hope all is well with the fam, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Toby on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. We're global, baby. We're global. Let get this grease up as high as possible and start frying the fish. These strays, man, the fish fry is back in full effect, man. He is absolutely in camp. Both parties is in camp. Real talk. Both are in camp, man. You know what I'm saying? Both are in camp. Shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing. Coach is in the building. This is the first rematch for Terrence Crawford. Has had in his entire career, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, like, he has no draws on this record. You know what I'm saying? He has no draws on his record. And, primarily for me, this rematch for him, it's all in his favor. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I draw concern and ear, gets a little ear for me, is that he has to carry these titles back with him on fight week. I just hope it's someone there to assist Crawford to carry these titles back to fight week in December. Because I wouldn't want him to be injured during the holidays. I know he wrestle and everything like that and do all these other fishing events and all that. But carrying all those belts back to the ring in such a short window, I just hope he really put on a weightlifting belt or give some type of back support that you can order off Amazon when he's carrying those belts to the ring this time. Because I'm just being honest. I know he's caught a lot of big fish in his life, but to carry that many belts again, that can have wear and tear on your vertebrae, for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Jim Gray having another conversation where Crawford say his back is broken, and Jim Gray say, your back is broken? Yes, my back is broken. Spinal. I don't want Crawford to have that moment. I really don't, because the way the aerosexuals are, they'll just sit up here and say something like, oh man, his back was broken. That ain't true, man, because he still beat Errol Spence up worse than he did the first time. So that ain't true, dog. See, that's what I'm talking about. He a scammer. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. Crawford say his back was broken. They're going to say he was scamming Jim Gray and he was lying. He wasn't being honest. So I can't deal with him. I'm serious. I can't deal with it, coach. I can't deal with it, man. For real, I can't. It's too stressful, man. It's too freaking stressful, bro. I've never seen a fan base take a beating along with their favorite fighter at the same time. And you know, this is what I feel is my calling. You know what I'm saying? I feel what I'm talking to you all about is my calling. I was put here to assist. People assist the less fortunate different. That's all. That's all I'm saying, man. Everybody assists the less fortunate different. Seriously. People will be spotting aerosexuals wandering around with a blank stare on their face, aimlessly looking straight ahead and just walking around endlessly. That's the butt effect. Excuse me. This is a serious situation. I didn't mean to laugh at that, Toby. Excuse me, chat. Excuse me. Forgive me. Excuse me. I don't want to be Eric Hartman and get fired from laughing in people's face that actually have problems going on. I apologize. I'll save that for later. My bad. I wonder if Dr. 805 and his wife are busy campaigning against Errol fighting in the rematch, because he should do if he knows Errol has brain damage and shouldn't have fought the first fight. Yes, sir. He should come forward. This would be the awesome time for him to come on here with his absent of his credentials. You know what I'm saying? A person who's supposed to be an expert in steroids. Yes, come on here. But first of all, documentation be conversation. You need to bring some paperwork so we can validate your medical qualifications. If you can't do that, then we're not having you on. Period. We're not having you on. And solid point there, Toby. Solid point. Unbiased Brim Reaper, what's good? We are here for the abused egos and jokes and tough love. Yes, I tried to basically do my live today with very minimal jokes there, Sir Senior. Minimal, because I wasn't trying to basically agitate them anymore. They have such quick tempers, man. Really, they really allow me to, you know, if I see them close by, I really go to the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? They some aggressive creatures. I just wasn't raised like that, for real. You know what I'm saying? Those people, they can be extremely aggressive, for real. Jessica said, I'm ready for the press conference. Yes, sir. Look, that's what I was just talking about to one of my colleagues earlier. I said, this is a way that they can provide redemption. I've sat back and listened to certain back and forth verbal sparring between, certain channels, right? But let's just say, for instance, the channels that are pushing this juicing, you know what I'm saying, narrative, like Marty, B-Town, Boxing Outlet, Fannin, you know what I'm saying, all these channels and pushing this, that is the opportune time for you to ask and pose that question to Crawford, to his face, to his FACE face. I just think that will answer a lot of questions that you have and accusations that you're making. If you can just basically tell him to his face that he had loaded gloves, he's a cheater, you know what I'm saying? He not only cheated July 29th, but he cheated in December 2022. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I really, if you all can assure me, I will hold the camera for you all, okay, free of charge. All right, I'm in my giving mode. I'm all about philanthropy. Okay, so therefore, I will sit there and hold your camera while you have two open hands. Because some people talk with their hands. I want you to be able to explain yourself. Say, hey, and this is where I feel. You with the SNAP program, Marty. This is where you come in at, Marty Marr. I want you as a manager and everybody else to be able to go in there and voice your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Tell him that he's a cheater. Let him know, since you say Crawford is the type of dude that is doing what you have told him to do. I totally expect you check with Donaire, to get that comp ticket, to go back to the fight and be able to address this in front of Crawford. Like I said, I will volunteer. It's not personal. I will volunteer my time. I will hold the camera and I will make sure you have full range of your hands in case you have to defend yourself, all that. I want you to tell him to his face that he's been cheating on the snack program prior to Sean Porter to help him get prepared for Sean Porter, right? And I just want you to tell him that the loaded gloves, the effective gloves, just pretty much all the lies that we've heard from all these channels. I want you all to be there collectively in a group, if you get approved for credentials, and tell Crawford to his face. If you can't tell him to his face, I got even better suggestion for you. You're going to love this. Sometimes you have to let other media members go in the media scrum, but this is where it gets personal. You get the exclusive. It becomes intimate. Just one mano a mano. If you cannot propose these questions to him at the media scrum, all you have to do is catch him in the hallway, parking lot, where he has a lot more freedom, and basically roll up, step to him and basically tell him what you think. You know what I'm saying? Have your shit together, say, hey, champ, come over here for a second. I'm just saying, let them know you ain't playing. You all business. And say, that snack program, Victor Conte, why are you on it? First of all, you know what I'm saying? We heard that the snack that you get is behind closed doors. You get the shit that can't be detected. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't never seen nobody beat up Errol Spence like that. And for you to do it with no low-level competition, yeah, you cheating, dog. I mean, tell them. That's the only way you're going to clear this up. If you all are not willing to step to this man this year and ask him those hard questions in a press conference, media scrum, or one-on-one, then you already know what I'm going to tell you. But I'm going to give you time. I got faith in you all. You all can get together and then try to come up with a scheme to throw those questions at Crawford. Come on, he's not going to do anything. He's a butterfly. He's an Omaha butterfly, dog. He ain't never been in no trouble in his life. Come on, man. That's the first time I really seen Crawford perform the way he did. And then the rest of his record, come on, think the way his coach did, Diddy James and Errol Spence. He ain't fought nobody. So you content creators have free reign to step to this dude and say what the hell you gonna say. Real talk. Don't be mad at me. I gave you the game. I told you what to do. Step to him. Presser, media scrum, or in the hallway or parking lot. You have all those areas to be able to gain access to Crawford. Either look, voluntarily, he can come to you all, or you can goddamn make him come to y'all by force. I'm talking about, you talking about all y'all together, he don't never be rolling with nobody. Y'all good. Come on now, that low-level competition, he ain't doing shit, bro. '86 boxing, what's good? Blunt said, check IG. Okay. I gotta get to the chat, bro. I gotta get to the chat right quick. I'm definitely gonna check it though while I'm getting to the chat. Um, Sammy said, WCS, my friends and law enforcement tells me it is crucial to return the scene of the crime as part of gathering evidence. Do you think EJ and Diddy are ready to visit the crime scene? That's a good question, man. And you know, as I was reading that, there was actually a tear that trickled down the right side of my face. I didn't really feel it because I was busy staring at Errol Spence's picture, you know, and I know the right side for him is the wrong side. But if they're willing to go back to the scene of the crime, I have all the faith in the world, you know, they'll be able to handle it now. The reason why I'm saying that is because Diddy James has been back to the scene of the crime with Jamel Charlo before. You know what I'm saying? He's been there to the scene of the crime with Terrence Crawford. So in between time, he should have thicker skin now. You know what I'm saying? He should be able to handle that emotion. But they say a deal has been finalized for catchweight fight at 145 pounds for Gervonta Davis and Keith Thurman, December 9th at the T-Mobile. I'm not really believing this right now. It don't have anything to do with what you sent, Blunts. It don't have anything to do. But I have to do more research. Let me look up something right quick. Let me look up something because you know that seems to be, you know, if this was taken off Facebook and all that, then it's people on there that make up fake stuff all the time. But I will do my due diligence to go to the nest and see if I can find it anywhere. But if indeed it's true, we'll find out. All right. If indeed we deem it's true, in December is when Crawford Spence fight, and someone had said it was going to be on the 9th or whatever the case may be. I pretty much have to see when that information comes out. Real talk. Shout out to Warren on deck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Warren, you know how it is, man. You get like 10 balls of barefoot for $2.60, dog. That's with tax. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Vid was classic last night. We done had the stray scared to jump on the panel. Hey man, shout out to the ones who was on the panel, of course. And you know, not to continue the hype on that, but yeah, they jumped on the panel, and it wasn't anything educational to me, but at least they jumped on the panel. You know what I'm saying? And it was absent of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? People can't have a dialogue without disrespect, but some people need the disrespect in their life. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Nobody sleeps around here. Shout out to Cape Man P on deck. For real. You know what I'm saying? You have to forgive his parents. Look, I don't have nothing personal with the dude. His beef with others that ain't my beef. But you know, I look at it like I asked the man in the private conversation, was he a straight up Crawford hater? And he lied to me. I don't have no personal beef with him, man. I don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him like that. But he has took a turn for the worse, and now he's just becoming a guy who targeted other channels that he's attempting to be like. I don't know. I don't know, man. You know, I don't know any other managers just doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot was lost with Rick Glaser. So when Rick Glaser came in there and showed him what a Buffalo arsonist looked like, he started going at every channel he can, man. I don't get it, bro. Yeah, I don't look at that as being, you know, why would Thurman move down for Gervonta, and he's trying to get a fight with Crawford? You know what I'm saying? And this is supposed to be when supposedly Crawford and Spence is going to fight in December 9th. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And definitely, I'm gonna tell you this: Crawford and Spence is not gonna be on the undercard of a Tank Davis and Keith Thurman. I can tell you that right now. And look, vice versa. Tank Davis is not gonna be on the undercard of a Crawford Spence. It's not gonna happen, people. I heard some snotty girls saying Spence did all the heavy lifting, but nope. WCS agreed. Crawford carrying all those belts was impressive. He did, man. You know, you can get back injuries from that shit if you're not wearing some type of freaking protection, back support. You know how many belts that he was holding from 140? He went in 2017 to 2018, you know, having carried all those belts with him. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot of weight that he was carrying from 2017 to 2018 into that fight with Jeff Horn. A lot of pressure, bro. A lot. I bet he had to work on his breathing when he was taking those steps. 86 boxing on deck was good. Okay, so the rematch. I hope they don't have that. I hope they don't have the rematch December 30th. I just don't. Not Crawford Spence. I just hope they don't have it on December 30th for real. It's just too much going on. You know what I'm saying? It's too much going on, man. Like if people go into a certain area, let's just say the fight is in Vegas again. Those individuals is going over there on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hurt ticket sales. You're talking about a fight of that magnitude for them to both get paid again. Flying over to Vegas on the 30th and happen to fly out of Vegas and it's New Year's. Do you know the price of tickets? The price of tickets is going to be through the roof. It doesn't make sense. That's going to discourage a lot of people from actually touching down in Vegas. A lot of people. The tickets are going to be outrageous, man. The aerosexuals did the heavy lifting. That's why they never will recover. I will stop everything to watch part 2 of that beatdown. I think a lot of us is going to pause, you know what I'm saying, and just reflect on a lot of things when the fight actually starts to, first of all, be announced, and then the days start to tick away to get close to the fight again. I think a lot of us Crawford supporters are going to basically attach ourselves to Bass Pro Shops. I think a lot of us is going to be into the fishing spirit again. And we're going to go out here and indulge ourselves once again. Now, I'm going to warn you all again. Like when I was eating all that fish, something came over me to the point where I went to, down to the Chattahoochee River. And Chattahoochee River is not the most cleanest river in NGA, for real. But there's a crazy current to it. And I've known the Chattahoochee River as a kid, man. But I jumped in that motherfucking, swam across, no problem. Then, swim back across with the current. And I attribute that to pretty much all the fish I was eating. You know what I'm saying? Once I saw Crawford with that shark on the trident and he was a black Aquaman, I say, he owned to something. But I didn't see that shit really working out until I kind of started seeing these motherfucking shit on my arm. I was saying I was experiencing a whole lot of fish. I was eating a lot of fish, bro. I jumped in that bitch. I said, damn, this is what it feels like. I was able to hold my breath for an extended period of time in the current. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of white people on the bank looking at me like, damn. Was he in the? I had people trying to sign me and shit. They say, hey, how old are you? I said, well, my birth certificate might say I'm in my 50s, but why you want to know? Man, we want to see you's eligible to go to the Olympics coming up. You know what I'm saying? We can use you, man, in the US. That's impressive. You know what I'm saying? That's impressive. You jumped in. We didn't see you until you came up on the bank. No freaking front breaststroke, backstroke. None of that shit. Freestyle. You was underwater the whole time. I say, yeah. I always had it in me as a kid down here in the South, being a black Aquaman We was always naturally able to swim. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Those water hoses in the front yard paid off. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Snotty girls, are you related to Snotty family from Omaha? I will stop everything to watch. I read that arrogant air fried this time. It will be quicker. So you want him to get air fried this time? Cape Man P instead of cooked in that grease? I disagree. I think air fry allows him an opportunity to escape. You know what I'm saying? When he get dumped in hot grease, that's it. It's over. It's over. You want him to lay there and have an opportunity to, oh man, it's hot up in here. Oh man, where's the lid to this bitch? Ah, there it is. No, you're not thinking, man. Come on, man. You got to secure that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to secure it. I know you're looking for less fat, but come on, you're eating fish, brother. You're eating fish. What's up with this air fry, dog? Air fry allows the freaking food to escape, bro. You know what I'm saying? Allows the food to escape. Seriously. You don't want that to happen. Goddamn, lock it in with some hot grease and go on about your business. But man, I have to look take a look at some things, man. Especially this game coming on. But we shall do it again. Y'all continue to hold it down. Shout out to Trick Noty, bro. The Oracle has arrived. Appreciate that, Trick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trick Noty, the Oracle, the plug. You know what I'm saying? AKA, I have the information. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, brother. Trick Noty indeed allowed me to know that his communication with prominent individuals in Texas verified that Errol Spence was absolutely in camp. Yes, sir. And he is a resident over in Texas also. And he has communication with individuals that deal with Spence on a regularity. That's facts. I know there's going to be other people who don't have the Trick Noty access yet, but that's not my problem. Just hit him up on IG or whatever, and then maybe he can give you the information you're looking for also, period. We would like to trade Michael Phelps for WCS to be on our swim team. Michael, I don't know how old you are. Okay, this is respectfully, but Michael Phelps has been retired for quite some time now. See, you're trying to put me being retired, Michael Phelps being retired. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to compare me with other old people in life. I feel you're getting a little bit disrespectful, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some new swimmers that's out there right now is breaking Michael Phelps' record. I'm talking about going up against them at my age. Michael Phelps is out of the question. He's retired, bro. He is retired. Seriously. Come on, man. Come on, man. You trying to go out there and say, oh, it's an old folks swim league over this motherfucker? Real talk. But man, y'all hold it down. I got to bounce, man. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. Appreciate y'all for pulling up as always. Continue to support the channel. And hit the like button on your way out. Peace.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.